Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today we are diving deep into a specific technical hurdle found in FM 2026 regarding the in-game editor. Many managers have reported that the in-game editor appears completely unusable or missing from their EPIC games library. We at Teknobalta analyzed this behavior and identified that it stems from a misunderstanding of how the editor interface initializes within the game engine. First, let us look at the root cause analysis. The in-game editor is not a standalone application, but a DLC that injects code into the active simulation. Because it modifies the live database, it requires an active save game session to be loaded into the system RAM before the tools become interactive. If you attempt to access the editor from the main menu, you will find that the options are grayed out or completely non-functional. Furthermore, on the EPIC game store, the editor does not appear as a separate game in your library, which causes confusion for many users. It is categorized as an add-on or DLC, meaning it is managed under the primary FM 2026 installation settings. Step 1 in our solution path is preparation and pre-checks. Open your EPIC Games launcher and navigate to your library. Click on the three dots next to Football Manager 2026 and select Manage Add-ons. Ensure that the in-game editor is toggled to on and that the status shows as installed. If it is not showing here, you may need to verify your game files to force the launcher to recognize the purchase entitlement. Now let us move to the main solution path. Launch the game and wait for the main menu to load. Do not click the pencil icon at the top right of the main menu. This is a common mistake that leads to a blank or limited interface. You must load an existing save game or start a new career. The editor functions by reading the specific database loaded into the session. When starting a new game, ensure that the option Prevent Use of the in-game editor is unchecked in the advanced setup screen. If this box is checked, the editor will be permanently disabled for that specific save file due to hard-coded database restrictions. Once you are inside your career mode, look for the pencil icon in the top header bar near the search box. Clicking it now will reveal the full suite of editing tools because the game has initialized the real-time editor module. If the icon is still missing, go to the Game Preferences menu. In the search bar of the Preferences, type Editor. Ensure that the Settings Show in Game Editor button in the menu bar is enabled. We at Teknobalta recommend clearing your cache if the button remains invisible despite these settings. Navigate to the Interface section and click the Clear Cache button, then restart the game. This forces the GUI to rebuild and can resolve graphical glitches where the editor icon fails to render. Let us discuss alternative methods if the standard path fails. Sometimes the EPIC Games overlay interferes with DLC verification. Ensure that your overlay is enabled in the launcher settings, as this is required for the game to communicate with the store for license validation. If you are using a custom skin, the editor icon might be hidden or moved by the skin creator. Switch back to the default skin to verify if the editor appears. If it does, you may need to update your custom skin files. For advanced optimization, we recommend checking your firewall settings. Sometimes the editor module requires a brief handshake with the server to verify the purchase during the initial load. Ensure that FM 2026 has full permissions in your Windows Defender or third-party antivirus software. Another technical tip is to check the skin cache folder in your user directory. Deleting the contents of the CACHE folder in the Sports Interactive directory can solve persistent interface bugs. We at Teknobalta have found that many users forget that the editor is a one-time purchase per account. If you are using family sharing or multiple accounts, the DLC may not transfer correctly depending on the platform's policy. Always ensure you are logged into the exact account that purchased the editor. In summary, the editor is a contextual tool. It requires an active save game and the correct preference settings to be visible. It will never work fully from the main menu because there is no live database for it to modify at that stage. By following our steps, you have ensured that the EPIC game store has the DLC active and the game interface is correctly configured. If you encounter further issues, check the integrity of your game files once more, as updates can sometimes corrupt the DLC link. We at Teknobalta are committed to solving these technical hurdles for the gaming community. Remember that the in-game editor is a powerful tool that can impact game stability if used excessively during match processing. Always keep a backup of your save file before making major database changes with the editor. This concludes our technical guide for the FM 2026 in-game editor. We hope this cleared up the confusion regarding the EPIC games library and the main menu interface. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert troubleshooting and hardware guides. See you in the next technical breakdown. Management dismissed.